In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, my dear friends and fellows, look, there are a good number of people in the society who are of the view that the life has become stale and boring. They are unable to live happily, they are unable to enjoy their life. And now, once they start thinking like this, what does happen? They want to get rid of this type of life. Many of these people start doing something which is really bad, which is not so good, like narcotics, drugs. Many of the people start taking drugs. Many of the people become alcoholics. They become alcoholics. Many of the people start taking drugs. Many of the people indulge in the extramarital love affairs. Many of the people participate in any sort of the crime. So that is really in this keeping in view all of these things, it is really dangerous and dangerous indeed that if at all somebody thinks that their life has become boring, that their life has become stale, I think that we need to do something serious about it, and that is why we have chosen this subject as a as a topic of our today's discussion. Like every day, like every occasion, we have chosen a beautiful, a very important, useful article on the subject as well. And the caption of this beautiful article is: If life has become stale and boring, say goodbye to these 8 habits. If life has become stale and boring, say goodbye to these 8 habits. So, this is really a very, very good article, and the author of this great article is Franklin Carpenter. Franklin Carpenter is a well known researcher and author, and like every article of him, this article too is a very useful, very beneficial. Let's look upon all those 8 items which Franklin Carpenter has advised us to say goodbye to these items if at all your life has become stale and boring. Dear friends, first of all, we need to be positive enough. Never think that your life is bad. It does not mean that you don't need to improve. There is every need to improve your life, but don't think that your life is bad. Because if at all we do think, we do suppose, we do presume that my life is a bad one, my life is a boring one, my life has become stale, it will automatically become so. Or it will, as far its negative effects are concerned, these will be multiplied just because we have assumed that my life is boring and bad. So we need to come out of this notion at all. Now let's move to those eight points. First of all, the learned author says, stop being slave to routine. Stop being slave to routine. You should not be a slave to your routine at all. Rather, what we need to do is that change, change your routine a little bit, if not much. Whatever changes can we bring into our routine, we need to bring. Number one. Number two, while if at all we are trying to change our routine, we must pay attention that the efficacy should not be affected much. Efficacy, the effectiveness of our work should not be affected much. So stop being slave to your routine. Number two, quit being so afraid of new experiences. Quit being afraid of new experiences. Don't be afraid. Get ready for the new experiences, new positive experiences within a limit. Keep yourself disciplined, that is very, very, very important. But be ready within those limits. Be ready for the new experiences because unless and until there are new experiences, we cannot move forward, we cannot improve at all. Now, the next is Quit neglecting personal growth. Quit neglecting personal growth. What is this neglect of the personal growth? We need to keep learning, keep learning, keep learning. That is extremely important. If we stop learning, our growth will stop. For a personal growth, we need to keep learning. And here the learned author says, quit neglecting personal growth. Number 4. Stop procrastinating on your goals. Stop procrastinating on your goals. Do not procrastinate. Do not defer or delay whatever you need to do now. Try to handle and manage the things. Try to do the things on time. Do not unnecessarily procrastinate, delay it. If at all you're waiting for the right time, maybe the right time, but if you can do it now, it would be even better. So never ever procrastinate. Try to do the things on time. Now the number 5 is, stop being afraid of change. Change is the spice of life. It has been said, change is the spice of life. So get ready for the positive change. Positive change is very important. If at all we don't change, we will never improve. But we need to be very selective that where the change is needed. If at all we are already quite effective in one thing, it is better not to disturb it. And if at all we are not so good in another thing, and the right thing is to bring the changes here, bring the carefully considered changes here, bringing the carefully considered changes, not an abrupt changes at all, not a random changes at all. Be very careful, be very selective, do it all quite intelligently, but stop being afraid of change. Number 6, quit being such a hermit. Quit being such a hermit. If at all you stay away from the people, it is not good at all. We need to socialize, we need to meet people, we need to establish new contacts, we need to establish the network. Really important. Don't be a hermit at all. Don't stay in the solitude for much of the time. Be with the people. Number 7. Stop complaining and start doing. There are people who are just complaining that the life has become bad, that the country is bad, society is bad, there are no jobs, etc., etc., etc. But I think that we need to stop complaining. Do not complain because the country is bad, because the world is bad, because your city is bad. Start working. If you can change your place and you want to do that, do it. That's good. But otherwise, stop complaining and start doing. Take initiative. Take initiative. Important. And the 8th and the final is, quit working yourself to death. What is this? There are people who overwork a lot. There are people who are the workaholics. Do not be a workaholic at all. Work good, work well, work effectively, but you need to take good amount of rest. You need to take the entertainment, refreshment, recreation as well. That is also important. Rest and positive, healthy recreation, both of these things are important. Otherwise, the person will become a workaholic. We don't have to become a workaholic at all. We need to strike a balance between the work and the entertainment, between the work and the relaxation. So these are the 8 items for all of those people who think that their life has become stale and boring. They need to do all of these things. They need to say goodbye to these 18 habits. Thank you.